Okay, that concludes our trip for the day. We hope
Is that fun?
Oh, by the way, on the right-hand side, look at the Burma shave signs. Remember the shaving cream signs along the highways? Yeah.
You know, it took us years to get the signs up. Everybody got an extra nickel?
Well, it's a pretty long walk back. If you look off to the left-hand side, there's a lot of growth there, but there's also a pathway just towards the rear of the car.
Yeah.
There's a sign that says Gregoire's Crossing. We just came up the right-of-way of the Atlantic shoreline that I was telling you about earlier. Now, the property over here, the railroad built through farmland, basically. And they had the right to do it because the state of Maine gave a charter to the Atlantic shoreline at the turn of the previous century so that they could build through here. Now, with that said, the land here was owned by the Gregoire family, and it is to this day. Back in the Atlantic shoreline day, the property was owned by John Gregoire. Now, he was not a farmer. He worked at a foundry on the Bedford-Saco line, which is further up north from here. So he would come out first thing in the morning. There would be a northbound Atlantic shoreline car. And he'd go, and they'd stop and they'd pick him up. Now, they built through his land, but that didn't give him any other rights. In other words, he had to pay his fare. He'd get up to downtown Biddeford, and he would change over to the Biddeford and Saco Electric Railway and keep going up to his job. At the end of the day, he just reversed the process. He'd get on the Atlantic Shoreline car in Biddeford. They knew he was on the car, so they would stop here and let him get off. And that was kind of the way it was with the electric interurbans. You see how quickly we could start, how quickly we could stop? The steam railroads couldn't do that. The steam railroads would take about a mile to get going up to speed, and therefore about a mile to stop all that weight. So they wanted to go to the bigger cities and towns. They weren't going to stop at every little village along the prairie or the Midwestern states like Illinois. So, people could go to the side of the tracks and wave like that, and the car would stop and pick them up. And that's where we get the term the flag stop, because people would flag the car down. So that's what happened here with the Gregoire family. Okay? Yeah.
So these type of things, cars were used in the rural area before they went to the city?
Okay. A great question. Cars like this in the rural area as well as in the city. Well, this car's from New Haven, Connecticut, and it did go outside of downtown New Haven to what became the suburbs. Okay, but usually, for instance, in Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, all your prairie states and Midwestern states, those cars were enclosed, and they were also different because they were geared to go a lot faster than a city car. Why would this car in New Haven have to go 60 miles an hour, right? They're going block to block, fighting cars, trucks, at one point horses and pedestrians and everything else. That was a nice question. And that's why I would like to have you, if possible, go to the barns, because we'll show you what an interurban car looks like versus a city car, and a few other things like the horse cars. Very good.